Finally, after years of debate, hesitation, and subtle nods, someone from the inside, the fight game itself, has stepped forward to say what so many have been thinking. Lamont Roach, respected fighter, student of the game, and technician in the ring, just confirmed it for the world. Gervonta Tank Davis is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in boxing right now. No stutters, no disclaimers, no dodging the question. Just a real one giving real praise in a sport that often hesitates to uplift the present kings while they're still fighting. And when that truth came out, it hit the boxing world like a left uppercut from Tank himself. Fast, sharp, and impossible to ignore. It's not just that Roach said it, it's that he meant it. This isn't a media soundbite, not some scripted press statement cooked up by a PR team. This came straight from Lamont Roach's own mouth, with that same matter-of-fact energy he brings into the ring. A man who studied the best. A man who knows what greatness looks like, because he's spent his whole life chasing it. When he says Tank Davis is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, that carries weight. That means something. It shifts the conversation. Gervonta Davis has always been a lightning rod in the sport. From the early days of being Floyd Mayweather's protege to now packing out arenas coast to coast, his rise hasn't just been fast, it's been seismic. He's not your typical fighter. He's an attraction, a walking highlight reel. But behind the knockouts and viral moments is something that hardcore fans have seen from day one, a genius inside the ropes. Tank isn't just beating opponents, he's solving them, he's dissecting them. And he's doing it all with calmness, patience, and a terrifying sense of timing that can end a fight in 1 second. Let's talk about the context of this moment. In boxing, pound-for-pound discussions are sacred and controversial. It's the imaginary list that ranks fighters not based on weight class, but based on skill, dominance, accomplishments, and how they theoretically do against any other top fighter. It's the list that causes endless barbershop debates and social media arguments. For years, that list has been headlined by names like Terence Crawford, Naoya Inoue, Alexander Usyk, and Canelo Alvarez. Tank Davis has always been in that conversation, but rarely at the top. Until now. Until Lamont Roach said what so many were afraid to admit. Tank deserves that #1 spot. Let's rewind and take a closer look at why Roach's statement hits so hard. Tank Davis has not only won every single professional fight he's been in, he's done it while moving through weight classes, facing bigger opponents, and taking on different styles. Power punchers, volume guys, slick boxers, he's seen them all and handled them all. And in most cases, he's stopped them. Leo Santa Cruz, a volume machine with a granite chin, got laid out cold in a fight that had people fearing for his safety. Mario Barrios, an undefeated 140-pounder, dropped multiple times and finished. Rolando Romero, loud and brash with an awkward style, countered perfectly and dropped. And then Ryan Garcia, the golden boy with a massive social following, ended with a single body shot that silenced a whole arena and confirmed what Tank's fans already knew. He's different. Every time people question him, every time they say he's just a power puncher or that he's cherry-picking opponents, Tank answers the same way, by dismantling the man in front of him. His knockouts aren't wild brawls. They're clinical. He waits, studies, calculates. He watches his opponent's rhythm, picks up on patterns, baits them into mistakes, and then, like a sniper, he strikes. That level of timing, that control, that patience, it's the mark of a fighter who's not just fighting with power, but with mind and mastery. And that's what Roach was really pointing to. Not just the highlight reel knockouts, but the high-level boxing IQ that goes into setting them up. Roach said it himself. Tank is not just a puncher, he's a genius in that ring. And that's not just flattery. That's analysis from someone who's been in the trenches. Roach knows the difference between hype and substance. He's been around this game long enough to recognize when a fighter is doing things others can't. And when he watches Tank, he sees the little things: foot positioning, defensive slips, subtle feints, trap setting. Things that casual fans don't always catch, but that tell you everything about how advanced a fighter really is. That's what makes Tank different. That's what makes him #1. And here's the truth that boxing fans are starting to Wake up to. This isn't just about Tank's resume, it's about the way he wins. When Inoue knocks someone out, it's brutal but expected. When Crawford dominates, it's surgical. When Canelo fights, it's methodical and powerful. But when Tank fights, there's always that edge-of-your-seat energy, that sense that something dramatic is about to happen at any moment. And then it does. And when it does, it's usually one of the cleanest, most devastating finishes you'll ever see. He brings drama, but not because he's careless or reckless. It's because he's in full control. And when he decides it's over, it's over. But for some reason, the boxing world has been slow to crown him. Maybe it's because of his association with Mayweather Promotions, or the delays in making certain fights happen. Maybe it's because he's not as active as some other top fighters. Or maybe it's just because Tank makes it look too easy. Whatever the reason, Lamont Roach just blew that door wide open. He said what the tape has been saying. He said what the knockouts have been saying. And now it's on the rest of the boxing world to either admit it to or keep pretending not to see it. The reaction online has been wild. Fans who've been riding with Tank since day one are throwing up victory signs all over social media. Old interviews are being dug up. Clips are being shared. Memes are flying. It's a celebration. But the other side is still holding on, saying Roach is just clout chasing, saying he's angling for a fight, saying he's switching sides. But that's just noise. The truth is, Roach didn't have to say any of this. He could have played it safe. He could have dodged the question like so many others, but he didn't. He spoke up because what he sees in Tank is undeniable. There's something powerful about a fighter giving another fighter his flowers while they're both still active. It's not common in boxing. The sport is filled with egos, rivalries, and unspoken tension. Giving another man his due, especially someone in your division, someone who could be a future opponent, is rare. But Roach did it, and that tells you everything you need to know. It's not just about admiration, it's about respect, it's about recognizing the greatness that's unfolding in real time. Tank Davis isn't just putting on shows, he's building a legacy. He's creating moments that will live forever in boxing history. And with every knockout, every perfectly timed counter, every sold-out arena, he's adding another brick to the foundation of something special. The kind of legacy that goes beyond belts and numbers. The kind of legacy that lives in highlight reels and fan memories and boxing lore. And if you're still not convinced, look at the impact Tank is having on the culture. Young fighters are emulating his style. Fans are tuning in who don't even watch other boxing matches. He's crossing over into mainstream attention in a way few fighters have. And he's doing it without gimmicks or scandals. Just skill, power, and authenticity. People feel Tank. They believe him. They see that hunger in his eyes. That cold, focused energy. That quiet confidence. And when someone like Roach acknowledges it, it's not hype anymore. It's truth. The truth is, we are witnessing something rare, a fighter who has the star power, the talent, the mindset, and the results to back it all up. A fighter who can bring in millions of viewers and still please the purists with technical mastery. A fighter who doesn't just win, he dominates. And now that Lamont Roach has broken the silence, maybe others will follow. Maybe the official rankings will start to reflect what we've all been seeing. Maybe the debates will finally shift from, is Tank top 5? To, is anyone even close? Tank's path moving forward will be crucial. The biggest names in the division are now circling. Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, fights that would not only make history but also define this generation. And if Tank continues to rise to the occasion, if he keeps doing what he's been doing, those fights won't just be big, they'll be legendary. But no matter what happens next, he's already made his mark. He's already forced the boxing world to take notice. And with Roach putting the stamp on it, the conversation has officially changed. So where do we go from here? That's up to the fans. That's up to the media. That's up to the other fighters. But one thing is certain. The era of Gervonta Tank Davis is here, and it's time to stop denying it. It's time to stop finding reasons to discredit him. It's time to acknowledge what Lamont Roach already did. Tank Davis is the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and y'all can't do this to him no more. No more pretending he's just hype, no more brushing off the knockouts, No more keeping him out of the conversation. He's not just in the conversation, he is the conversation. This is greatness, unfolding right before our eyes. Appreciate it now, or be left looking back wondering how you missed it. Because Gervonta Davis isn't waiting for anyone. He's moving forward. He's knocking down barriers, opponents, and narratives. And with every step, he's getting closer to becoming one of the all-time greats. Lamont Roach just confirmed it. And now, it's time for the rest of the world to catch up.